What we have noticed at the Wits Mining Institute while doing most of our research was that there was no foundational database that can actually guide us on where we can locate these critical raw materials. In addition to that, we also noticed that in South Africa, there is not even a strategic plan at the moment. It's currently a work in progress. So what we have done was actually to look at research that can locate any piece of information that is available from the public spectrum, and also looking at the private sector itself, because we work with both government and the private sector. And the main aim of the whole thing is to make sure that we build something that provides evidence for potential policy making on behalf of the state and in behalf of the different mining companies that are actually funding us. So our primary role has been on gathering data, the primary data, and compiling of the GIS database. And our ultimate goal is to share these different databases that we have created with the task team that has been established by government, which is led by Mintech, to establish the countrywide strategic critical raw materials plan. And we have been invited to participate in a number of these forums, and as part of the engagements, we are actually sharing the database that we have compiled using research that has been done by students from the Wits Mining Institute, together with different organizations that we are working with locally and internationally. I think it's quite an important step, because most countries who do have strategic raw material plan are basing this either on an industrialization type of a strategy, or for defense purposes or geopolitics purposes. So it's going to assist South Africa to actually reposition itself as a powerhouse, not only for South Africa only, but for the entire SADC region and ultimately for the entire continent. And we believe that this is a starting way to actually create an evidence-based industrial policy that may assist with aspects of re-establishing much of our lost manufacturing sector, and also creating job opportunities in the local type of a sense, and to build something that has a local relevant context. I think the most important thing is now to identify key different phases of implementations, because as South Africans we are quite good in preparing laws and policies and so forth. It is in the implementation that we tend to lag behind. So our ultimate goal is to make this not to become one of the documents that gets filed after doing much of this work, is to ensure that there is a phased approach on where do we start in terms of industrialization policy, but also where do we start in terms of the industrial sector itself and building more of capacity. Because one thing that is actually needed is the skill sets to work in these particular programs, because we have realized as the universities that we are in certain stages well prepared to actually deal with the current challenges of society, and we believe that this will forge a step forward to ensure that there is implementation that is also evidence-based.